get to see my wife Saya again. I've been thinking about Saya the entire day. And now I was at school and doing my meetings and stuff. I was thinking about Saya today. Thank you for the super chat, the Fed God. Sorry, Jelly can't watch a stream this month. Hope you have a wonderful stream. It's okay. I hope you're able to catch up on whatever work. Come back next month, okay? Thank you. Hello, Jelly. Super cute cat. How's your day? It's good. It's been a bit busy like usual. I think I'm getting a cold, but you know, it's okay. Oh yeah, are you ready for idol training day 5? We're doing another idol game. I mean, we're continuing the idol game. Very idle. Yeah, very idle. If you weren't here for the last stream, raise your hand. Well, regardless of whether you raise your hand or not, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown anyways. So yeah, is it cold season? I caught a cold 2 days ago. Maybe it's cold season or something. Or maybe it's just dust. You watched the VOD! Nice! Nice. So, basically, to give you a quick rundown, we have our main character that I forgot his name. He has a mental disorder that makes him see the world as guts. And in the middle of that, he sees this really cute and beautiful girl called Saya! And she's the one that's like waiting for him at home and stuff like that. It's really hot in my room. And then, all his friends have been extremely upset at him because, you know, how would you react if you saw the entire world is blood, guts, and gore, right? So one of his friends went into his house to try to find him, but was killed by an unknown thing. Yeah, I wanted Saya. Me too. I wish Saya was real. I wish she was real. I would tell him to touch grass, but there is no grass. He sees no grass. What is this game? Okay, I'll say it again. Basically, it's this guy, he's schizo, and he sees the world around him as blood, guts, and gore. And his friends are actually normal people, but he sees them as like flesh beings. And every day at home, there's this creature. There's Saya waiting for him. This really cute girl who's definitely not a creature. And his friends got worried, and one day one of them went to his house and died. I mean, we've already gotten this far! We've already realized what it is about! Anyways, let's go back. Okay, let's start. Do I click load? Okay, so we were here. Okay. Die spoilers! No! Of course I know! Of course! But I still love her. We're committed. Okay, so this scene is now the scene of Omi getting her insides eaten by an unknown creature in whatever the main character's name's house is. And now he is going home. Must be the sequel of Super Meat Boy. You know, I'm really bad at Super Meat Boy. I'm like awful at that game. I'm also really bad at Binding of Isaac. Really bad at that. I'm just bad at action games in general. I have like the reaction speed of a 40-year-old. Omi died. Omi dead. Omi's dead. I like Isaac too, but I'm bad at it, okay? I'm bad. I'm really bad. I like the fact that Binding of Isaac is it's like a wiki game where you gotta wiki the stuff that you get and stuff like that. But it's too hard for me. So I'm just bad. I'm not good at action games, which is why I only play puzzles. You see? Skill issue? Literally skill issue. Now, I don't want to play games I'm bad at. Anyways, let's get back. Let's get back into Saya, okay? Smart talk over. Puzzle brain. Recently, I was gifted a little, like, you know those metal puzzles? Those metal puzzles. I think they were giving them out, so I took one. And, I think I spent like 5 minutes on it, and then I solved it, so yeah. I love those metal puzzles. Those like real life puzzles, but they're always so expensive, right? Like those chain puzzles. Okay, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, anyways. Recap. We're now at the scene right after Omi got her guts ripped out and eaten by a creature in the main character's house. Because she was gonna look for him to scold him for breaking the heart of his friend who has a crush on him. Okay, anyways. I bit the bullet and tried to take the train, but the rush hour crowds are so bad that I had to get off halfway and walk. I'm running pretty late. Is Saya worried? I hope she's not mad. Yo was her name? Oh yeah, Yo was the girl who has a crush on whatever the main character. What's the main character? What's the main character's? I don't remember. Was it like what? Huminori? Yeah, Huminori. Or Yo or Io? Is that one person was correcting me about? Yakitori. That's the wrong one. Huminori. Okay. When I enter the yard, I realize that the front door has been left wide open. Light from the living room is seeping out into the hallway, and I hear what sounds like someone smacking their lips. There's also a tantalizing fragrance in the air. Is it Saya? I consider calling out to her, but decide to enter in silence instead. Something smells strange, though not unpleasant. The aroma is quite soothing, in fact. It reminds me of Saya's hair. At first, I'm surprised by what I see in the living room. The floor is covered with what looks to be some kind of grass, probably the source of the herb-like smell, and there are fruit or vegetable-like balls of varying size scattered everywhere. Wait, he's actually touching grass! He's actually touching grass! Oh my god! He touched grass! He's actually touching grass. I'm sorry, whoever told me that Huminori can't touch grass. He can! We did it! We did it, Brendan. We're so back!
Saya!
Saya turns around, her eyes wide with surprise. She then looks away sheepishly, like a child caught at some prank.
何を食べてるんだい?
Tell me if the music is too loud. Okay. What are you eating?
これはその
I changed something that I don't think I should have. Remembering that she has never eaten in front of me before, I realize that she must be quite embarrassed. So what is she eating to him? How do I look at the what is that? And how does this look like grass? Soylent. She's eating Soylent. No, but what is that? What is that? Jelly? Oh God. I mean, I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't object. I mean, would you object? I mean, I wouldn't object. But, I mean, isn't she, like, the perfect being? The perfect wife being? Remembering...
一ついいかな
I scoop up the closest fruit thing and pop it into my mouth, ignoring Saya's attempt to wave me off. It has a strange texture, soft and pliable, like a peach or a pear. When I bite into it with my back teeth, a succulent juice fills my mouth, combined with a sharp, strong fragrance. It's unlike anything I've ever tasted.
何か味付けとか調理してあるのかこれ
調理ってほどのことはさばいてからちょっと溶かして食べやすくしただけでほとんどママなんだけど
Oh, their voices are soft again.
ザヤの歌それは世界を犯す恋
Okay, okay, okay. Why is it so loud now? I pick up a different lump, this one consisting of fruity flesh around a hard core. Tearing a chunk off in my mouth, I find that it has a similar taste to the last one.
ねえ大丈夫それって
Nothing like reaping a ripe forbidden fruit. I mean, I would.
僕でも食べられる味だっていうよりうまいよこれ
そうなの
At first, Saya looks dumbstruck, but then she bursts out laughing.
そうなんだふみのりもこういうのが好きだったんだなんだあれこれ工夫して頑張ってた私がバカみたい
She's just like him. Aren't they like perfect for each other? Because then they can eat the same things.
さやっていつもこういうものを食べてたのか
こんな大物は久しぶりだけどねうん近所の公園とかで取ってくれるやつ
So she eats like animals, like little animals. There is an impressive nature preserve not too far from here. I've never heard about fruits like these growing there, but, well, of course. They only look like fruits to me. They're really something else.
ごめんね一番美味しいところはさっきさやが全部食べちゃった
いいよまた今度ででもこれで明日から一緒に食事ができるね
Saya seems really happy. I'm happy too, of course. Eating with someone is much more fun than eating alone, and it makes the food taste better too.
まだまだいっぱいあるし、食べきれない分は冷やせば 2,3 日は大丈夫だよ。ちょっと味は落ちるんだけどね。
じゃあ早めに片付けておこうか。
I love it! Sealing the small fruits in Tupperware and the large ones in pots and bowls, Saya and I store the remaining food in the refrigerator. Thinking of tomorrow's dinner fills me with anticipation. Do you think it'll taste better if Saya like cooks it? You think it's like roast fruit or something? I feel that little by little, I'm starting to regain the joy of living. Saya will guide me. With her, I can live on. Probably. I wonder what it's like. Is it? I'm a bit confused. Like, does it get better? Whoa, what is this? Does it get better if you like cook it because it just makes things yummier to eat in general? Or is it better like raw or something? It's fruit, right? Which is the opposite of meat, right? Which is why... Wait, I don't get it. Maybe. I wish we could test the theory. Is the author still online? Can I ask the author? You think he'll tell me if like cooked fruit is better than uncooked fruit? It'll probably taste better raw for him. Maybe true. True Scary Stories, Hospital Edition. Chapter 4, The Monster in the Hospital. A medical student relates his shocking experiences. Will you believe him or not? Strange things started happening at the hospital around the end of last spring. It began with patients waking up in the middle of the night, screaming. They all spoke of terrifying nightmares, and many of them had to be sedated. Some patients even transferred to other hospitals because of it. The weird thing was that they all had exactly the same dream. A dream about some horribly disgusting monster staring down at them from their bedside. But the really strange stuff started happening after that. There used to be a lot of stray cats around campus, looking for scraps from the students. One day, the cats suddenly disappeared. And it wasn't that they'd stopped coming. It was more like they'd vanished from the area entirely. Wait, they're actually... I was gonna say cats! I was gonna say cats just now! I was gonna say, oh, she eats the cats? But I stopped myself. I called it! Oh my god, I'm so good. I'm so good. Oh wait, dogs too? And then people stopped walking their dogs around. According to rumors, the dogs are refusing to go anywhere near the school. Eventually, things started going missing in the hospital. Organs, to be precise. Transplant organs kept disappearing from storage. People came close to losing their jobs over it. And it wasn't just 2 or 3 times that it happened. They tried to keep it from the students, but we heard it was a lot worse than that. People started saying that there was something living in the hospital. The janitors would find strange messes that could only have been made in the middle of the night. Traces of something that had crawled down the hallway, or weird stains caused by something dripping through the ceiling. The late shift nurses talked about hearing strange noises on the same nights that patients woke screaming. There's one last story, one you can never mention inside the hospital. One day, the obstetrics department went crazy. They said that a newborn had disappeared in the night. If that were true, the police would have come, and it would have been all over the news. But they say the big shots managed to make it all go away. It's just a rumor, of course. These strange incidents suddenly stopped towards the end of summer. Now there are almost no patients complaining of nightmares, and the cats have started coming back to campus. But still, what happened in the hospital that summer? Even now, just thinking about it gives me the creeps. Don't worry, guys. It's just a rumor. It's just a rumor.
ダメだ。
電波の届かない場所にあるか、電源がついていないためかかりません。
Why are the noises so different? Why so different all the time? This is the third day in a row that they haven't been able to get in touch with Omi. There's no sign that she returned to her apartment, and even her family doesn't know anything. Her parents have already filed a missing persons report.
まあ、あいつのことだからな。何事もなかったみたいに、ひょっこり顔出しそうな気もするんだが。
だといいけど。
Your replies with a groomy. Your replies of a your replies with a Why can't I say it? Your replies with a gloomy expression. She's worried about Omi, of course, but the incident with Huminori 3 days ago must still be weighing on her as well. Yo hasn't seen Huminori since then, and Huminori hasn't made any effort to approach her or Koji. 4 people used to meet in this cafeteria between classes, but now there are only 2.
ねえ、殿くん、もう一度考えてみようよ。どこかオミちゃんの行きそうな場所に心当たりない？
いや、一通りは確かめたしな。
It's a lie, of course. Koji knows where Omi planned to go that evening, but he doesn't want to bring Huminori up in front of Yo. Their awkward silence is mercifully broken by the bell signaling the start of the next period.
じゃあ、俺行くわ。
Unless Koji is mistaken, Yo is supposed to have class next period too, but she just sits there, staring off into space. Oh yeah, Huminori should smell. Oh yeah, how do people not notice that he stinks? Do you think he takes a shower? Unable to come up with anything to say, he leaves the cafeteria reluctantly. Old Spice? What? Both Omi's disappearance and Yo's depression worry Koji, and both problems lead back to the exact same place.
海のりは一体。
When Omi went missing, the first thing he did was question Huminori. After all, the last time he'd seen her was just before she stormed off to give Huminori a piece of her mind. Axe Cologne? Ew! Huminori responded with unequivocal denial and acted like he hadn't the slightest idea why Omi would have gone to see him. Perhaps that was only natural, as he was unaware that Omi and Koji had witnessed him reduce Yo to tears. I hate Axe. One time, I was in the men's section, and I was like spraying cologne into the air so I could smell it to like see why people were hating on it so bad. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad. I also sniff like men's what is that, shampoo, and it smells nicer than women's shampoo. What? Yeah, I like spray it into like the air and then I run into it to like smell it. I think even doing concentrated doses, anything is bad. Yeah, like, you know, like women's perfume, you can spray it onto like a piece of like little paper, and then like you can like smell it from there, right? And same with like cologne, but you can't do it. Not cologne. What is that? Men's perfume. It's called cologne, right? Like the fancy cologne. You like Axe? I don't know, but they all smell the same to me. And then like I would take like for example like Old Spice, and then I would like spray it into the air, and I like run into the mist, and then I like try to smell it. I only do it when I'm alone though. I'm not that weird. I'm not a Fujo. Why would I? How would that? What? Oh, Axe is deodorant. Oh yeah, it's different. It's different. Oh yeah, it's called deodorant. Are you 11? No! I was just curious. I was curious. Fujo? I mean, if you don't know, then you can go educate yourself through Google. But I assure you that I've already gotten over that phase a very, very long time ago. Okay? Never change. What? This is normal. It's normal. It's normal. How else are you supposed to smell it? I don't want to spray it on myself. Okay, I'm out. Thank you for the super chat, Malcolm. I'm out though. I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm done. You have no idea how far I stay away from people in university. I stay like I stay as far as I can be from literally anybody at all, because if I'm close, then they'll realize that I'm an alien, and I don't want anybody to realize that I'm not human, because then they'll report me to the police, and then I'll be dissected, and then I'll die a painful dissection death. I'll sniff. Yeah. Did Omi even make it to Fuminori's house? She had been riding a wave of emotion when she left. Might have calmed down and changed her mind halfway there. Or perhaps she ran into trouble on the way. Koji concluded, or more accurately, convinced himself, that one of these possibilities was the truth, subconsciously denying the one remaining possibility. That Fuminori was lying. That he had met Omi and was involved with her disappearance. Don't worry, I don't eat cats or dogs. I think they're companions more than food. There's like a line, like a fine line between like companionship and like edible food. And like, okay, so this is the line, right? And like edible food all the way down here is like cows. Okay? And then you get stuff like sheep, pigs, and the line's like here. And then on the line, you get like rabbits. And then at the top, you start getting stuff like dogs, cats, hamsters, and stuff. Right? Like, people keep rabbits as pets, people keep pigs as pets. Sometimes. Yeah, people keep pigs as pets. I want to have a pig pet. I think pigs are cute. Pipkin. I mean, she's gotta accept that someday. She's surrounded by omnivores. Oh, horses are like somewhere here. Horses, the line's here, right? It's like the horses are like somewhere at the pig area, cause I think some people eat horses. Are horses picked here? Oh god, why are we talking about this? This is just my opinion. It's just my opinion, okay? My opinion. I would eat anything on the line and below the line. Nothing above the line. Certain things, maybe I'll try above the line, but I wouldn't actively seek them out to eat them, because that's kind of messed. Where do I draw the line? I draw the line at rabbits. Eat a horse? Oh, I have eaten horse. Oh yeah, horse. Horse yuke, I think. Like, it's like beef yuke. It's like tartar, but with a raw egg yolk and raw horse. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's like it's like less flavorful, I think. I ate crocodiles before. Everybody's eaten crocodiles. Otters to me are like kinda above the line, pretty up there, cause nobody eats otters. Ever eaten kangaroo? Yeah, kangaroo is pretty good. I had it on a skewer. How hungry? I don't think you can eat capybara, can you? I would try. Gator meat is like a cross between fish and chicken. It's kind of like frog, but more of like a fish texture. Coconut doggy. Okay, back to the game. Turtle. I don't think I've had turtle. Maybe I have as soup, but I don't remember. When questioned by the police, Koji told the truth about Omi's destination only up to the train station, maintaining that he had no idea where she'd planned to go after that. He wanted to cooperate with the search, of course, but Omi couldn't have made it to Fuminori's house. Fuminori said so himself, didn't he? In that case, he told the police everything they needed to know. What about Shark? Shark's good. Baby Shark's good. Not wanting to get the still fragile Fuminori involved, he forced himself to accept this flimsy logic. He's lying to himself! But the conflict has built up inside of him without his notice, leaving unanswered suspicion to fester in his mind. Koji is deep in thought, paying no attention to his surroundings, but perhaps that is what allows him to catch sight of his friends back through the crowd of milling students. Whoa.
Fuminori?
At first, Koji assumes that he's headed to the lecture hall, but it soon appears that he is instead going home. Strange. Medical students have required courses in the afternoon. Though he is initially surprised, Koji's hesitation lasts for only a second. He follows his friend, taking care to stay far enough behind that he won't be noticed. Fuminori wasn't going home, as became obvious when he boarded a train heading in the opposite direction. Koji's next guess was that he was going to see his doctor at the T University Hospital, but Fuminori rode straight through the closest station. Where is he going? Stalker! Stalker alert! At first, Koji felt ashamed for tailing his friend like this. You should be. But his conscience fell silent as Fuminori's actions grew more mysterious. The stranger it gets, the closer Koji feels to discovering the truth behind Fuminori's sudden transformation. Any knowledge would be welcome, no matter how slight. Even Koji's beginning to think that there must be something behind, but there must be more behind Fuminori's change than the accident alone. He wants a more satisfying answer, one that will help him decide whether Fuminori can still be trusted. Fuminori gets off at a small station at a nondescript suburb of Tokyo. Koji follows, trying not to lose sight of him amid the other disembarking passengers. You are? The area is quite desolate, with only a small bookstore, a convenience store, and a market in front of the train station. It is easy for Koji to keep Fuminori in view. This neighborhood was carved out of the Fuji foothills, and here and there remain steep inclines and wooded areas that escaped assimilation. Koji is amazed that such a quiet place exists less than an hour out of central Tokyo. Is he gonna eat a cat? Fuminori seems to know these streets. He moves quickly and purposefully through the suburban community, his eyes fixed straight ahead. Before long, Fuminori reaches a house. Is this the girl's house? His psychiatrist? Wait, no, that's Tea University! Without ringing the bell or even knocking, he opens the door and vanishes inside, leaving Koji to wonder how Fuminori can treat the house as his own. Isn't this his house? Oh yeah, it might be actually! After waiting to see if Fuminori comes back out, Koji approaches the gate and checks the nameplate. You're right! Ogai, it reads. Koji has never heard of anyone by that name among Fuminori's acquaintances. Next, oh my god, he's doing his best! Oh, he's doing his best for her! He's doing his best for her, isn't he? Next, his attention is drawn to the thick wad of leaflets sticking out of the mail slot. This, coupled with the general dilapidated feel of the place, suggests that it has been abandoned for some time. A small playground about 2 blocks away provides an adequate vantage point from which to watch the front of the Ogai home. Fortunately, it does not appear to be the sort of house that has a rear exit. Koji settles down on a bench to begin to stake out. Oh, smoker alert. Smoker alert! 1 hour passes, and then another, but there remains no sign of movement around the Ogai residence. Soon, twilight settles upon the neighborhood. After Koji's 1 pack of cigarette runs out, he smoked an entire pack. He smoked an entire pack in the neighborhood. People are gonna walk outside and smell that cigarette, the secondhand smoke. Is this man? Maybe this guy should really. He kills time by redialing Omi on his cell and sending her short text messages. But his efforts are futile, as he knows they would be. It might have been 1 cigarette in a pack. Then why would he bring the entire pack if it's just 1 cig left? When the sky begins to turn deep blue and the streetlights come on, Fuminori finally emerges from the house and heads back towards the station with the same hurried stride. After some brief consideration, Koji decides that, right now, investigating the house is more important than tailing Fuminori. What are you, a detective? He rings the doorbell just to make sure. After receiving the expected silence in response, he checks to make sure no one is watching and turns the doorknob. The door is not locked. The moment he enters the house, stale air, thick with mold and dust, fills Koji's nostrils. It is the unmistakable smell of a house that has long lain untouched. There is also a faint hint of something else in the air, something reminiscent of damp sewers and fetid cisterns. Fetid? Fetid? It's the FaceConnect house. Hey! You can't say that! Flipping the light switch does nothing. The power must be cut off. Koji uses his cigarette lighter to illuminate the immediate area. In the thick dust covering the floor, he sees several brand new trails of footprints that could only have been made by shoes, Huminori's. Koji decides to follow suit and dispense with courtesy. He enters with his shoes on. The lighter's flickering flame pushes back the deathly silence and gloom of the house. Koji is surprised to see evidence of life remaining. Everything from furniture to tableware and appliances. Nothing seems to be missing. Hi, Jelly. Hi. The thickness of the dust suggests that the house has been empty for several months, which means that the owner must have left with little more than the clothes on his back. Could he have gone on a long vacation? Oh, you sweet, naive child. The calendar in the den is still turned to April. Empty and silent, yet still exhibiting signs of the life that was once lived there. The house reminds Koji of a passenger ship entombed at the bottom of the sea. In the graveyard-like quiet, a sinister thought suddenly enters his mind. No one is living here, but that does not have to mean that the owner left. Maybe he was murdered, and his rotting corpse is right under Koji's feet. He finds himself wanting a stronger light. A flashlight in his hand would make him feel much better. Koji follows Huminori's footsteps to the second floor, where he begins to catch the scent of paper in the stale air. It is the smell of old books, instantly recognizable to anyone who has worked in an antique bookstore or library. Why do you assume they were murdered? Just 'cause stuff is left as if somebody was still living there. If you died and you never went back again, it's like nobody ever touched your stuff. And they'd just be left to collect dust. This really is a horror game side character. The first room on the second floor turns out to be a study. Its towering shelves packed with such a vast number of books that Koji fears for the stability of the floor. As a medical student himself, you smoke? He is able to discern at a glance that this study belongs to a medical professional, and a high-level one at that. Oh my god, this song! What's the time signature of this song? I can't tell. Sounds like 5/4. How do you tell? I can't tell. Judging by the content of the books, a smorgasbord. What is that word? I have never seen anybody use that word in my life. A smorgasbord of technical volumes far beyond a simple student's understanding. The owner's interests lie more with medical research than with clinical practice. A whole lot of something? Huminori must have spent most of his time here. The scattered dust suggests that he was searching for something, and the contents of the desk drawers are in obvious disarray. A small pile of books stacked on the side table catches his eye. Being next to the desk, they must have been the most frequently read. Their nature could shed some light on the character of the person who worked here. Koji frowns as he examines the 3 books. These aren't scientific texts like the rest, but old, leather-bound Western tomes like the sort you would find in a rare bookstore. The titles are meaningless to him. What? I can't. Somebody's. I'm going to offend a lot of people by reading this. I'm going to offend a lot of people. Trait de chiffre? appears to concern semiotics, but ars magna et ultima is some kind of treatise on divination. And then there's a Voynich manuscript, which looks like some sort of picture book. When he pages through it, he finds the text utterly incomprehensible. Maybe it's some kind of cipher. You know that one? The Voynich manuscript? Yeah, das ist good. Oh, you don't pronounce Voynich? Oh, you don't pronounce the H. Okay. Voynich manuscript. So it's trait de chiffre real? Sorry for offending you, French people. I have never heard or spoken a lick of French in my life. Excuse me, I leave. Thank you for a tip, Anonymous. The French deserve it. Their language is very homosexual. I mean, why is their language homosexual? What? Boris is somewhere offended? Good, he can stay offended. Whatever they are, they clearly have nothing to do with medicine. Refuting Koji's earlier guess that this Ogai was a doctor. Looking down, Koji suddenly notices the glint of something black and metallic underneath the chair. A pocket-sized flashlight, quite out of place among all these dusty books. Minori must have brought it in. With relief, Koji exchanges his lighter for the flashlight. Its tiny body emits a powerful white beam that casts away the darkness. His courage restored, he decides to explore the rest of the house.
Hmm?
Koji notices something strange, something that was not visible in the lighter's weak flame. The slime. Dark, oily stains are everywhere. The stains are especially thick around the doorknobs and stair banisters, like someone grasped them with hands wrapped in greasy cloth. Looking closer, he sees places where slime was splashed low on the walls, almost as if a wet mop was run violently across the floor. Could Ogai have made these marks? If so, how? Koji begins to feel sick as he imagines a man shambling through the house with slime dripping from his body. Finding the bedroom next to the study, Koji checks the closet on a hunch. He discovers 2 empty suitcases. Not what one would leave behind when going on a long vacation. A sudden chill runs through him. Whoever was living here is still somewhere inside the house. Suppressing the urge to flee, Koji goes back downstairs to check the first floor. If he finds a corpse, he'll have to call the police right away. He might get away with trespassing if he reports it first, but if they find the body later, it'll be awfully hard to explain his fingerprints all over the house. The flashlight reveals the den to be covered in even more slime than the rest of the house. The sofa, looks as though it was dredged from the bottom of a swamp. In the kitchen, Koji takes one look at the sink and decides not to get any closer. He doesn't want any more fuel for his imagination. He reaches the door to the bathroom. A common scene from TV dramas flashes through his head, a body with slit wrists floating in a bathtub full of water. And wasn't there a movie where a hitman disposes of his victim in a bathtub filled with lye? Koji braces himself for the worst and opens the door slowly, then shines his light into the ceramic bathtub that appears from the darkness like a white ghost. Bones. A mountain of bones, black with dry flesh and blood. Koji puts one hand against the wall to steady himself as his legs threaten to buckle. Something is wrong. He realizes as he tries desperately to get his thoughts in order. The bones are too small, and there are too many of them. They aren't human. After taking several deep breaths to calm himself, Koji enters the bathroom and examines the tub. The bones are piled atop each other like fallen leaves. They appear to be from small animals, perhaps cats or dogs. Even so, the quantity is mind-boggling. How many bodies would it take to produce this many bones? The bones have all been separated from one another, so it doesn't look like bodies were just thrown into the tub and left to rot. Each bone is covered with deep grooves, marks left by teeth biting through flesh. Koji's sanity won't let him consider the possibility that a human could have done this. The owner of this house must have kept some sort of carnivorous animal as a pet, giving it the bones of small animals to eat and disposing of the remains in the bathtub. Why not dispose of the leftovers properly? They could have just been thrown out with the garbage. Or was there something keeping him from leaving the house? The relief Koji felt when he realized that the bones weren't human is once again under attack. In the first place, what the hell was Fuminori doing here?
どうした、コウジ。
Koji whirls around, his light revealing Fuminori's expressionless face.
不法侵入だぞ、コウジ。
お前だって同じだろうが。
Fuminori pushes past Koji and looks into the bathtub. He doesn't even flinch at the sight of the bones.
僕はこの家の人と知り合いなんだ。頼まれて探し物をしに来ただけさ。
知り合いって、いつから？一体何者なんだ？
Koji doesn't want to believe that the old, friendly Fuminori could have had contact with the denizens of this house. Denizens?
いずれお前にも紹介するよ。僕の恩人とも言える人だから。
おい、Fuminori!
Koji runs after Fuminori. His heart is finally beating normally again.
お前まさか近頃様子がおかしいのはその知り合いっていうやつのせいなんじゃ。
Standing in the entrance, Fuminori glares coldly at Koji over his shoulder. The utter lack of emotion in his eyes gives Koji pause.
僕の後をつけてきたんだね、コウジ。
Koji swallows. What can he say?
そういうのは迷惑だ。二度とやらないでもらいたい。
ああ。
Fuminori walks away without another word, leaving Koji alone in the entrance. Up until this very moment, concern for his friend was still at the forefront of his mind. Now, however, that concern is swiftly giving way to a growing sense of dread. Does the Fuminori he knew no longer exist? Was the person who just stared Koji down, and does the Huminori he knew no longer exist? Was the person who just stared Koji down an imposter wearing Huminori's skin? Koji has begun to believe that it might be so. Back in Huminori's POV. What a nuisance. Why does he insist on interfering? If he only spoke with me to exchange pleasantries, even I could bear it. But now he's sticking his nose into my business just to satisfy his curiosity. Koji is a perfect example of someone who thinks that it's always good to take an interest in other people's affairs. He probably thinks that he's doing me a favor by prying into my life. He couldn't be more wrong. If he keeps this up, I might have to find some way to deal with him. Like Saya said, I have to keep my search for Dr. Ogai a secret. Koji could ruin everything. I didn't have time to fully investigate the Ogai residence today. At this rate, it will probably take several days just to go through the study. Saya didn't believe that I'd find anything to help with the search, but I think there's still a lot to explore. Who knows what I'll discover? It's almost dinner time! The problem is Koji. He knows about the house now. Will he make things difficult? A hair-raising voice calls as I'm about to pass through my gate. Suppressing a shudder, I put on a fake smile and turn to face the writhing mass of rotten flesh that is staring at me with bulging eyes. Ah, of course. This is my next door neighbor, Suzumi, a middle-aged painter, I think. He spends all day at home while his wife works. I haven't had much contact with him since the accident. Why is he suddenly talking to me now?
はい、おかげさまで。
Okay, first off, what kind of person says that to somebody who's just lost both of their parents in a tragic accident? Okay? Who does that? That was unnecessary.
Oh.
You know what? Go deal with your own stuff. Go mow your lawn or something. What is this? Did he stop me just to deliver a lecture?
Ma, そうですね。苦労してます。でもまだ学生の身ですし、高いには限りがあるんで、そういう浪費はちょっと。
The flesh beast undulates foully, as though it still has something to say. The sight of it is driving me close to the edge.
Ah, いえ、お構いなく。一人でもなんとかなりますから。
Now I get it. He's worried that the unsightliness of my house might diminish the image of his own. Damn snob. I flash a token smile, then retreat behind the safety of my gate. I can feel Suzumi's eyes boring into my back all the way to the front door. What a snob. Why won't everyone stay out of my life? I just want to live together with Saya, alone where no one will ever bother us. Me too! I just want to hang out with Saya, man. Forever and ever and ever. This is Suzumi. This man has been lecturing me. Suzumi Yosuke sighs in annoyance as he watches the neighbor boy retreat into his house. What's with his attitude? Even while talking, he kept his eyes averted, as if to avoid looking at something repulsive. Has he always been such an unpleasant young man? No, of course not. When his parents were still alive, he had been a normal youth, a little shy, but sensitive and caring. It must be the stress of his sad situation. If it continues to build, he might start to develop serious mental problems. As if he doesn't already have mental problems. Does he not know? This man, this guy, this person. Or is it too late already? Yosuke wonders as he gazes warily at the Sakisaka yard. Even during dinner, Yosuke can't shake the neighboring house from his mind.
どうしたのあなた。難しそうな顔して。
What's wrong, honey?
今日ね、隣の家の息子に会ったよ。
Maybe he's not that bad, you know? They seem like a really healthy and happy family. That's cute. This is really cute. This is really cute. I like this kind of family.
お隣のって文則お兄ちゃん？
ああ、庭のこと一言言っておいた。
そうよね。せめてあの匂いだけはどうにかしてもらいたいわよね。
Oh, maybe his yard really is that bad. Maybe his yard really is that bad. Could have had more kids? I want two. Maybe they're having one more on the way, you know. Oh, it stinks! The stink coming in from the Sakisaka house grows worse each day, and the Suzumi family is at wit's end.
あの草むらの中に死んだ猫でもいるんじゃないかしら。でも住んでいて気づかないのかしらね、あの匂いに。
まさかとは思うが、生ゴミをそのまま庭に捨てているんじゃあるまいな。
そんな、いくらなんでもそこまで。
いや、今の様子だとやりかねん。一日中ずっと雨戸を閉め切って何をやってるのかもわからない。どういう暮らしをしてるのやら。
He offered to help. Oh, yeah, he did offer to help him do the... Oh, right, because we see different perspectives. When we were in Huminori's perspective, we saw this guy as such like a nasty man who's just like worried about himself and won't leave him alone. But in reality, they're just concerned and stuff. And like, it smells bad, so of course they would reach out.
お兄ちゃん、頭おかしくなっちゃったのかな。
Oh, my sweet
これ、ヒロミ。そういう言い方はダメよ。
いや、あれは本当にちょっとどうすぎてる。ひょっとしたら変質狂か何かかもしれんな。
Oh man.
大丈夫なのそれ。
早く自覚して医者にでも行ってもらわんことには。なんともな。
Please, 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 nothing happened to this family. Please, I want to see them be happy. I want to see this family be happy. Okay, thank God. The seconds crawl by, each tick of the clock compounding my agony. When I returned from the Ogai residence, I was greeted by a silent, empty home. Saya had vanished without leaving any clue as to her whereabouts. It isn't rare for her to go for walks at night. I have often gone with her. However, Such outings always take place in the middle of the night when no one's around, and never last for more than 2 hours. Right now, it's 5 in the morning. Soon, the sky will begin to show the first light of dawn. Even if she left right before I returned, she's still been gone for almost half a day. I can't sleep. I can only wait in anguish. I tried to distract myself by painting more rooms, but I couldn't concentrate on the work. If I had known this would happen, I would have left the Ogai house sooner. I wish I hadn't wasted time on Koji. If Saya doesn't return, the thought makes me want to tear out my hair. After its long absence, the terror of true loneliness is too much to bear.
ただいま。
At last, the cowbell chimes and Saya's long-awaited "I'm home" rings out from the bottom of the stairs. As I jump out of my bed in a relief, all of the stress that has built up through the night is released in a wave that threatens to sweep me off my feet. Cecia!
疲れた。
Saya! What are you
する
doing?
と遠いな。
Oh, where are you catching cats? Saya!
さや、一体どこに？
My question trails off as I notice the thick bundles of paper that she is carrying under her arms.
それは？
文則のカルテとか手術の記録。今日は古巣の病院に行ってきたの。
Saya drops her bundles on the floor, sending papers flying everywhere, then pulls her favorite cushion over and collapses into it, stretching luxuriously. Oh yeah, he can see paper?
こんな夜中に T 台から歩いて戻ってきたのか。
ごめんね。本当はもっと早く帰れると思ってたんだけど、調べ出したらキリがなくて。結局全部持ち出してきちゃった。ああ、重かった。
Thank you, Saya. Maybe it's just the exhaustion, but I'm not understanding a word Saya's saying.
だからそんなもの持ってきてどうするつもりなんだ。
どうするって、もちろん調べるのよ。うちで時間かけてじっくり。
Oh, and she's intelligent too! Oh, the wife. Oh, she's alive. Oh, Saya! Nothing will ever tear us apart, Saya! She replies, holding one MRI photograph after another up to the light. I'll have plenty of time to go over it here. At first,
何やってんだか。あ、これは要チェックかな。あとは、そうなんだ。なんだかな。
at first I think she's just playing around, but the occasional mutters of, "Oh, better check this one. Oh, I see. Well, that was silly of them." And the like as she separates photos into a growing pile beside her make me think that this might not be a joke after all.
君わかるのか、こういうの。
パパにいろいろと教わったから。なるほどね。そういうこと。これじゃあいつまで経っても直せないよね。
直せないのか。
人間のお医者さんじゃね。
I can't tell if she's being serious. She can fix me! She can fix me!
私でもまだちょっと難しいかな。いろいろと試してからでないと。
Saya. watching more closely, I realized that her eyes are scanning each page rapidly. So rapidly, in fact, that I was unable to notice it at first. Could Saya actually be reading my charts?
なあさや。今日はもう疲れたし、寝ないか？
文則がそうしたいならそうする。
Saya tosses aside the papers she was sorting, then leaps on me and begins to tear off my clothes.
おい。
ねえ、寝る前に一回だけ。ね、いいでしょ？
まあさや、こう毎日続けてちゃ体に毒じゃないのか？
They're what?
文則、どこか具合が悪いの？
いや、僕は別にちゃんと大人の体になってるし平気なんだけど、でもさやはまだ。
平気だよ。
She laughs playfully as she pushes me onto the bed, the familiar sweet sensation of her weight and skin rendering me helpless.
平気なわけないだろう。今まで否認もしてないってのに。
文則はさ、さやに子供産ませるの嫌？
Sorry, what? How can I respond to that?
いやも何も、さやみたいに小さい体じゃ無理だって。母体の負担ってのは大変なんだぞ。
文則が心配してることって割と的外れなんだけど。
She's okay, it's okay, cause Saya seems unsure how to reply, but not because she doesn't understand what I said. Rather, the bemused look on her face makes it seem as though I'm the one not getting it. Ah, you're clueless, Umino! Oh my god!
でもそれって文則がさやのことを大事に思ってくれてるからなんだよね。それはそれで嬉しい。
I should change the title of this, of this. Stop!
なあおい、だからさや。
But by the time I break the spell of her angelic smile, Saya has undone my belt and is removing my pants.
大丈夫。じゃあ今夜は
It's okay. This is the safe
心配しない
version.
ような方法
Ah,
で
it's
してあげる。
safe. It's safe. Okay, safe. Lumi! Thank you for the 5 gifts! Thank you, Arcline, for the 5 gifts! I came for Saya. And Saya alone. I'll put this here. Actually, I'll mute it so it doesn't mess with the game. Why is it? Oh, that's the wrong mute button. As she finishes, She looks up at me, smiling like she just pulled the greatest prank of her life.
これだったら海のりだって心配ないでしょ。
いや、まあ。
What am I supposed to say to that?
ねえ、ダメだった？こういうのだと気持ちよくない？
Hearing the sudden nervousness in Saya's voice, I hastily stammer.
そんなことない。十分に良かった。でもさや、何もあんなもの飲み込まなくたっ
Skip
て。
the scene because if I saw the scene, I would get demonetized and removed from YouTube. Yay! Oh, I didn't know it was this kind of game until you told me at the beginning of the previous stream, okay? I didn't know!
あれは
If I knew, I wouldn't have.
よ。
I wouldn't have. I didn't know! I didn't know! I stayed for the story! It was on Steam, and it said nothing about this on Steam! Why don't you believe me? I mean, because it had the word song in it, and it looked like a horror game. Wait, it has a tag on Steam? When? I mean, it's not there, so it's fine. That didn't show anything. And it looked cute, so yeah. Suddenly distraught, Saya clings to me like a child who's just had her candy stolen.
海のりの一滴だって残さずに欲しい。鞘の中に出して欲しいの。
中にって。
It's not over! So Saya really does want to bear my child? I'm not averse to the idea, but I still think it might be too early, of course, but there isn't much point in worrying about my reputation now. Assuming that Saya and I will be left alone, I even welcome it.
海のりは嫌？
She gazes up at me pleadingly. How can I resist?
嫌な。
I need to change the title of this stream.
さやさん
I
そ
need
れ
to
でいいの
change
か
it. I need to change
僕だって。
Stop! Stop! Do you remember? But if you didn't play, you wouldn't have found out about Saya. Saya is my wife. Lima, I'm not reading that. Saya smiles with relief and burrows contentedly into my chest.
海のり大好き。
Imagine what he must smell like. Shut up! Shut up! Doomsday Dad, shut up! With her body draped over mine, I've become even more aware of how light and delicate she is. Can this tiny girl and I really live as husband and wife? I feel a pang of self-loathing at the question. How can I still be afraid after all that's happened? Saya's feelings are so earnest. How can I not accept them? At least it's pure. It's so pure. It's so pure and so romantic. I need to resolve once and for all to rid myself of the useless trappings of morality. Saya and I are all that matters. There's no point in worrying about what others think anymore. Though I suppose I should still talk to Saya's guardian, of course. I need to find Dr. Ogai as soon as possible. By the time I drift to sleep in exhaustion's comforting embrace, all doubts about Saya's actions have vanished from my mind. Whatever the case, all that matters is that she's returned to me. Oh, I'm so pure. I mean when you're like husband and wife, it's and to make like and to procreate, you've gotta do the thing, you know? Like, you've gotta. So there's nothing wrong with this. It's just natural. It's natural. Procreate? Yes, you procreate. So it's fine. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. So you can't show it on. No, you can't, because it has things that you're not supposed to see. Jelly, why is this stream status anymore? Okay, thanks for snapping me out of that talk. Making babies? Yeah, I mean, to make the baby, you gotta do this. You gotta make the baby. You gotta do the act of making the baby, right? So, like, that entire scene was completely normal. Then you were in super chat. Yeah, guys, age is just a number. You do realize what she is, right? You know what she is. So don't you dare bring that into this conversation. You know what she is. Okay? Okay, I'm done. 2 o'clock for Suzumi Yosuke. This is the most fulfilling time of day. After seeing his wife and daughter off, taking care of the morning chores, and eating a leisurely lunch, it's finally time to sit down at his easel. He's not a particularly popular painter, and he would only hold an exhibition if he were hurting for money. However, the design work he does on the side ensures that there's always enough to support his lifestyle. Alongside the salary his wife earns working for a magazine, they're able to pay for their mortgage, send their daughter to school, and still have plenty left over. Aww. Aww. Oh no. Oh no. No, please. Yosuke's life is perfect, leisurely and absent of want. He loves his house, considering it the symbol of his success. When he mows... Oh, he does mow the lawn. Yeah, go back and mow your lawn. When he mows the lawn, polishes the windows and floors, and cleans the kitchen, toilet, and bath, he feels the same joy as he does when washing his own body. Just as he knows the length of his fingernails and the time since his last meal, he also knows everything about his home's condition. Oh my god, this guy is crazy. He is insane. He rivals Fuminori. The status of every door, the freshness of every flower, the amount of ice in the ice tray, every last detail. What do you call this? What do you call this, issue? This is his pride. And when he sits in his studio, smelling the turpentine, and knowing that each element of his house is in perfect order, he feels the ultimate satisfaction. OCD? Yeah, I think it's OCD. If I, like... You think it'd be funny if, like... I was with somebody with OCD. You think it would be funny if you married somebody with OCD and like once in a while you would like shift his chair like an inch away from where it used to be? Literally an artist. And then you would like gaslight them. You'd be like, no, I didn't do anything. I'm not sure what did that. What are you talking about? I don't know. While trying to find the right combination of paints on his palette, he suddenly feels thirsty, but soon remembers that there isn't much orange juice left in the refrigerator. He remembers how much orange juice there's left in his In fact, it's also about time to stock up on bath additive and powdered soap. He could get everything at the supermarket when he goes to shop for dinner, but it will be probably quite heavy. Now then, where should I leave off to go shopping? As he ponders this dilemma, he heads downstairs to the kitchen. Just then, a breath of air tickles the back of his neck, bringing him to a halt in the middle of the hallway. A breeze. Impossible. Every window in the house is closed. Yosuke shut them himself during his morning cleaning. Yosuke enters the living room, searching for the source of the breeze. Something stinks. It's the same pungent smell of fetid swampland that emanates from the Sakisaka house. The window facing the yard next door is open, its curtains billowing loosely in the gentle breeze. There's a hole in the glass next to the lock. It looks strange, like it was melted by some chemical instead of broken. Someone must have reached through the hole to unlock the window. Yosuke stands paralyzed, his heart pounding with anger and fear. He listens carefully, but hears nothing. Perhaps the intruder has already finished his business and left, but a burglar wouldn't have left the room untouched, would he? Maybe he heard Yosuke coming and hid somewhere nearby. Yosuke realizes that his still wet palette knife is still in his right hand. He must have forgotten to put it aside before going downstairs. He stares numbly at the knife for a moment, then decides it's not enough protection. Instead, he grabs the ashtray sitting on top of the table, made of thick, solid glass. It's big and heavy enough to serve as a weapon. The home that he thought of as part of himself now seems utterly alien. Keenly aware of the thumping of his heart, Yosuke looks around the living room and sees little that could be used as a hiding place. The intruder must have gone either to the guest room or through a dining room to the kitchen. The kitchen is close to the stairs. If there had been movement, Yosuke would have noticed it when he came down, which means that the guest room is the most likely place. He shuffles over to the guest room door and prepares to slide it open. But what is that stench? Could the breeze alone carry something so foul? It's as if the odor is coming from inside the room. He readies his ashtray and throws open the door. The straw-matted Japanese-style room is empty. There's a closet, but no one could fit in there. So, the intruder already left. Yosuke relaxes, the exhaustion of sudden relief coming over him. And that is when something seizes his ankle. The instant he freezes in shock, his leg is yanked out from under him, sending him crashing to the floor. Stairs explode behind his eyes as his head smacks against the door rail. The hand if it can even be called that, wrapped around Yosuke's ankle extends all the way back to beneath the living room sofa. There are barely 5 centimeters between the sofa and the floor. Whatever is hiding there, it can't possibly be human. Before the screaming Yosuke can regain his footing, countless hand-like appendages seize his arms and legs, rendering him helpless. The music. As the hideous voice burbles in his ear, something cold and soft crawls atop him. Yosuke can't even scream. His terror is so great. Thin, tube-like appendages penetrate his eyes and nose, wriggling deep into his skull. Right before the sensation drives him mad, Yosuke loses consciousness. Not the
お時間
house
を取っていただいてありがとうご
husband!
ざいます。
Not the house husband. Thank you for taking the time to see us, Koji says, his humble bow concealing his surprise at the doctor's youth. Even without her light makeup, she wouldn't look a day over 30. She must be quite talented to be a leading neurosurgeon at such a young age.
いいの
Oh, she's back!
あなたたちみたいな人が来てくれたのは私としてもありがたいところだし
That wasn't self-defense. No, but it's natural selection. ALiAS is back. Her friendly smile has none of the coldness one might expect from her sharp, refined beauty.
はじめまして咲坂文則くんの主治医の丹保です
You lost to an alien, which is a minority, which means it's natural selection.
文則の友人で殿浩二と言います。彼女は筑波陽。
Yo gives a quick bow, her expression apologetic. When they arrived at the T University Medical Center and asked to see Fuminori's doctor, Koji and Yo had been prepared for rejection. They hadn't expected the ease with which their request was granted.
咲坂くんの件について話が聞きたいっていうことだけどそれは私の方でも同じでね
はあ。
彼一昨日の診察に来てくれなかったのよ留守電に入れた伝言にも返事がないし
Aw, that's too bad. 2 days ago, the same day Fuminori was searching that abandoned house, Koji frowns, wondering what was important enough for him to blow off his appointment.
彼学校ではどんな様子
どうもこうももうめちゃくちゃです。
Seeing your soldiers, seeing your shoulders jerk out of the corner of his eye, Koji regrets not choosing his words more carefully.
事故の前とまるで
少女
人が違ったみたいに見えます。僕たちもいろいろと
She shouts,
どうしていいかわからなくて、
she
それで今日は先生の話を伺えたらと。
shouts, Thank you for the super chat, Remy! Streaming in PC for a few months. How do you feel? Good! I feel great. Everybody is lovely. Love them!
あなたたちも医大生
That's all I can say without ruining the flow of the game. But Phase is a lovely place, and I love where I am.
え、はい。
彼のカルテ見てみたいと思う
The chart!
見せてくれるんですか、そんなもの。
そう思った人がいるみたいなのそれも病院には無断でね
Dr. Tambo regards him silently for a moment and sighs and says,
一昨日の晩この病院に誰かが押し入ってね
The
保管庫から
files.
咲坂くんのカルテを盗んでいったの。
本当ですか？
Yeah, because y'all are useless. You guys literally cannot make out or cure his condition from looking at his charts, but Saya, my wife, by the way, can. She stares hard at the astonished students, then shakes her head with a tired smile.
まあ、あなたたちは無関係そうね。ちょっと安心したわ。
当たり前です。
でも犯人は咲坂くんの容体に興味があるか、それとも彼の治療記録を消したかったのか。いずれにせよ彼に関わりのある人間としか思えないわ。
はあ。
Don't get close to them! Don't stop interfering, guys! An ominous thought flashes through Koji's mind. It couldn't have been Fuminori himself, could it? Koji looks at Dr. Tambo and finds her staring right back at him, her expression grave. He realizes that she must be harboring the same suspicion.
あなたには他に心当たりはない？咲坂くんの知り合いでそういうことをやりかねないような人。
Perhaps Dr. Tambo didn't have anyone in mind when she asked, but Koji's thoughts immediately fly to that eerie house to which Fuminori led him.
知り合いだか何なのか自分にもよくわからないんですが、
Don't you
多分
dare!
医者か
You
医学関係の人で
snitch!
オーガイ
You
っていう
snitch! You snitch! Snitches get stitches! Don't interfere! Don't interfere! Koji stops speaking as he sees the dramatic change that has come across Dr. Tambo's expression.
ご存知なんですか？
咲坂くんがその男といつどうやって知り合ったのかわかる？
いえ、こっちが知りたいぐらいです。
I'm starting to piece it together!
一体何者なんですか？あのオーガイっていう人は。
Oh! I got it. I got it. I pieced it together. It's in my head. So that's what happened. After remaining silent for some time, Dr. Tambo looses a heavy sigh.
いいわ。その気になれば簡単に調べがつくことだし。大貝正彦はうちの大学にいた教授よ。
It's either this man ran away, or because of the slime trails left at Ogai's house, and Saya calls him her father. He was raising her, and all those bones were Saya's food. So Ogai is either missing because he's dead and eaten, or she said that already? What do you mean she said? Yeah. So Ogai made and raised Saya. So it's either Ogai is dead or somewhere else. I think she must have ate him. Cause all those researches was probably to make Saya or something like that. Or she was transformed from an actual girl.
いろいろと不祥事があって半年以上前に免職になったけど。
He was dismissed over 6 months ago, however, following
不
certain
祥事って一体何を？
Where did Sa? Oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, okay. That's true. Okay, yeah. Saya didn't. He wasn't eaten then. And Saya just misses him as an actual biological. Ah! Ah!
そこから先は部外者に話せることじゃないわ。どのみち咲坂君には何の関係もないことよ。
Oh, where did Ogai go?
先生、もしかしたら咲坂文則は 刑事事件に関わっているかもしれないんです。
At this sudden declaration, both Yo and Dr. Tambo raised their eyebrows.
どういうこと？
彼を訪ねていったっきり行方不明になってしまった人間がいます。もちろん文則は否定していますが。
それって大見ちゃんのこと？
Koji is unable to bear the shock in Yo's voice. Oh my god, lady, just give up already!
すまん、つくば。
Do you know how
君には言えなかった。
hard you were rejected? Just get over it, woman! Dr. Tambo was frowning, her expression even more serious than before.
そのオーガイという人物が今文則の関心の焦点になっているらしいんです。彼が何者で文則が彼の何について探っているのか。
Saya,
それが分かれば少しは事情が見えてくるかもしれません。
Saya, these two next. Please, honey.
お願いです、先生。教えてください。この病院で一体何があったんですか？
You're too good for Fuminori? What do you mean? She's nothing! She's absolutely nothing compared to Saya. You know what I think? I think if you put them both in a situation where they had to compromise, Yo would be like, no, but it's so difficult for me and I don't like it. But Saya will be like, okay, sure. And isn't that what you want in a woman? Am I right? I don't like dumplings. I don't like dumplings. Right? Don't you dare say Yo and Saya in the same sentence. Dr. Tambo hesitates for some time, refusing to make eye contact, but she finally shakes her head. What do you mean I'm projecting? What am I projecting? I'm a projector? My obsessiveness? With what? I would do anything. I would do anything for Saya. Anything for Saya. I would. Saya is not kind? Who cares if she's not kind to the rest of the world as long as she's kind to me? After all, if we're truly in love, am I not her world?
ごめんなさい。こればかりは私の一存で話せる事柄じゃないの。
Thank you, you're super talented, me. Have fun reading Tsukihime remake one day. What is that? I'll look it up.
Sensei.
I've completely lost the plot of the story. Wait. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay,
でも少しだけ待っ
I
て。
got it now.
私は私なりにいろいろと調べてみる。放っておける状況じゃないのはよく理解できたから。
お願いします。
Oh, don't kill the sexy
お互
doctor.
い携帯の番号を交換しておきましょう。何か分かったら連絡するわ。あなたた
Tsukihime.
ちも何か新しい動きがあったらすぐに私に教えて。
Don't believe Saya's sweet little lies. I would die for her.
ええ、わかりました。
Yeah, go back to doing your own stuff, Koji. What happened to me? Yosuke's awareness returned slowly, as though rising from a bog. He's cold. No, hot. Something itches, like tepid tongues and cold slugs crawling over his skin. Thank you for the super chat, Scraps. Is it a coincidence that how you see Saya and how the doctor really looks is kind of similar? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What the hell's going on? Timidly, he opens his eyes. It's everywhere. The thing that attacked him in the living room. It's everywhere. Terror shatters Yosuke's sanity. He throws off the thing lying atop him, but his wild flailing sends him crashing to the floor. But is it really the floor? The long wriggling fibers of what should be the carpet are winding themselves around his fingers. The floor is made of worms. He tears his limbs free of the worms and tries to stand, but loses his balance and tumbles to the floor again. The worms immediately swarm over his body. Where am I? Where did that thing take me? Yosuke crawls across the worm-ridden floor, toward the only exit from the pulsating room. When he gets outside, however, all he can see is blood, bile, and rotten meat. There is no place to run. Most terrifying of all, this hellish place has the same layout as Yosuke's house. In a half-mad daze, he wanders through the nightmarish mockery of his home. In the small room where his studio should be, he finds an easel made of bones, displaying a blood-soaked canvas. Like some cruel joke, everything is exactly where it should be in Yosuke's studio. Howling, Yosuke lashes out against everything within reach. The easel of bones shatters, driving splinters into his fist. He feels the pain, but does not wake from the nightmare. If this isn't a dream, then what is it? When his strength gives out, Yosuke falls to his knees, sobbing. For the first time in his life, he prays. The sound of the door opening and closing grates in his ears. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yosuke trembles at the blood-curdling sound. It's that thing again. The monster has returned. Thank you for the super chat, Sonkarty. This is what you chose? God! Why do you have to do this to me? Thank you for the pepper name. Welcome back 1 month. I don't think so. The answer to your question, I don't think so. Yosuke hears the sound of something slimy sloshing its way up the stairs. Even as he cowers in terror, he slides his trembling hand across the floor and grabs one of the bones from the broken easel. The tip of the bone is nice and sharp. If he holds it in both hands and puts his weight behind it, he might be able to use it to defend himself. For the super chat, what fireflies? Thank you. Sometimes it is. The monster's growls are getting closer. Holding his breath, Yosuke presses his back against the wall next to the door. The pounding of his heart is like thunder in his ears, so loud that he fears the creature might hear it. He knows that it will eat him if he finds him again, but it's all he can do to keep from crying. At last, the door creaks open. Yosuke leaps on the creature as it enters, fear turning his roar into a high-pitched scream. The flesh beast is covered in sludge and vile juices, but before horror can paralyze him, Yosuke brings his bone stake, stabbing down. The monster screams as the stake pierces its chest and punches through to the other side. It falls back, writhing in agony. The sight of its pain sets Yosuke's blood on fire. I can win. I can kill it. If I finish it off before it enters my head again, I'm safe. Yosuke grabs the bone and twists with all his might. The monster convulses and gurgles, its trembling tentacles reaching up as though begging for help. Yosuke knocks it to the floor, then brings his heel crashing down on its flopping body again and again. With each stomp, its groans and spasms grow weaker. When the monster at last stops twitching, Yosuke, panting hard, tears the stake from its corpse and rises to his feet. Yosuke turns around to see another, smaller monster peeking out at him from the stair landing. There's still one left. His desperate, rage-filled attack both accelerated him and gave him a taste for violence. This one will be easier. It's smaller and weaker. Grinning maniacally, Yosuke raises his stake and moves towards the second creature. The monster flees, screaming down the stairs. Not about to let his prey escape, Yosuke roars and gives chase. The thought that killing the monsters might end this nightmare feeds a savage bloodlust. When the monster trips and falls in the dining room, Yosuke leaps on the top of it and brings the stake crashing down. His bloodlust unsated, he pulls it free, then drives it again into the monster's flesh. Once, twice, 3 times and more, until there's nothing left but shredded, pulverized meat. Eventually, the only sound in the house is Yosuke's heavy breathing. He has slain 2 monsters, but the nightmare shows no sign of ending. Yosuke staggers to the front door and goes outside. The sky, city, everything has gone mad. Twisted shapes, nauseating colors, stinking air. There's no escape, no end to the nightmare. The last remnant of Yosuke's sanity vanishes like dust in the wind.
Konnichiwa, Oji-san.
Yosuke turns to the sound of a girl's voice. Saya! She's standing in front of the house next door, wearing a spotless one piece over her pure white skin. In the midst of this filth-ridden world, she alone glows with beauty.
おじさんには私がどう見える？
ああ、とっても可愛いよ。
Yosuke feels a sudden black lust rise within him.
本当？じゃあ実験は成功かも。
Yosuke walks up to the strangely jubilant girl and brushes his hand across against her long, smooth hair.
こんな可愛らしい女の子はこの世界には君一人しかいないんだろうね。
おじさん？
She looks up at the man towering over her, perhaps disturbed by his hungry stare.
お嬢ちゃん、おじさんと遊んでくれるかい？
いいけど、何するの？
A grin parts Yosuke's lips and he replies.
そりゃあもうおじさんが楽しめそうなこと全部さ。
With that, he grabs the girl's collar and tears the front of her dress wide open. Shock and fear twist the lovely girl's delicate features, stimulating Yosuke's sadism. Even after killing those two monsters, the embers of violence still smolder in his heart, and now they have new fuel to burn.
いい顔だよお嬢ちゃん。おじさんにもっと可愛らしい顔をして見せてくれないかい？
The terrified girl flees into the Sakisaka house. Yosuke runs after her, feeling the joy of the hunt. Even in desperation, she has no hope of outrunning his longer stride. Yosuke charges down the hallway and catches up to her in the kitchen. He grabs her from behind and wrestles her to the floor before she can resist.
だから言っただろう。お嬢ちゃんが可愛らしすぎるからだって。
Enjoying the sensation of her thin arms struggling futilely against his grip, Yosuke uses his weight to hold her down while ripping off her remaining scraps of clothing. Yosuke stares at the smooth, perfect body of the girl flopping beneath him. The thought of violating such an immaculate creature amidst the horrors of this twisted world is irresistibly erotic. Yosuke runs his tongue over her stomach and chest as though preparing to eat her whole. She stiffens and whimpers at the sensation. I don't like this! I don't like this! Her tear-choked voice satisfied Yosuke's lust for conquest. This nightmare has violated him, but now he's able to visit the same torment of this innocent girl. Where he was the victim, he is now the victimizer. The release he feels is intoxicating. Save her. I'm gonna save her, and then we'll do it for today. Also, thank you, Spider God. I want to walk 360 degrees and walk away. I went. Me too. I hate it. This is what I chose. I know. I hate it. I hate this with a burning passion. I hate it. Please, just save her. I didn't think this would... Wait, 3... You mean 180? 180! I'm gonna turn 180. I have grown more accustomed to my condition, but that is not the reason for today's high spirits. My search of the Ogai house has finally borne fruit. When I pulled all the drawers out of the desk in the study, I found an envelope stuck between the desk and the wall. It must have fallen off the back of the writing tray. Are you winning, Jelly? Thank you, Mezzodopio. I am absolutely losing. That was the hardest L I've ever copped in my life. Inside were 3 outdoor photographs. I couldn't recognize the scenery due to my condition, but I'm pretty sure they show 3 buildings. If it's any comfort, nothing like this happens again to Saya. Please, for God's sake, please, Huminari, please, please, hug her close and say sorry that I wasn't there to save you. Scrawled on the back of each photo was an address. Nagano Prefecture, M Village, Tochigi Prefecture, S Town, Shizuoka Prefecture, H Town. None of the names is familiar. None of the names is familiar, so they must be way out in the countryside. The photos are all dated more than 10 years ago. I don't know why they were taken or what they mean, but maybe Saya will be able to make some sense of them. In any case, this is something that even Saya missed while she was living in that house. I wonder how she'll react when I show her what I found. Saya, I want so badly to see her. The thought of her waiting for me speeds my footsteps. When I step through the gate, I see that the front door is wide open again. This is the second time that this has happened. Upon entering the house this time, however, the sound of Saya crying chills my blood. And it's not just her. I also hear low, wet grunting. There's no time to take off my shoes. I race down the hallway, propelled by a terrifying premonition. A monster is in my house, and it's attacking Saya. The filth oozing from its body spreads across her skin as it moves with animal ferocity. She looks at me with tear-filled eyes and calls my name in a weak, breathless voice. Help her! Help her! Rage erupts inside me like black lava. The monster stops gorging himself on Saya's body and turns its head to look at me. Surprised by my own composure, I slip past it and grab the meat cleaver sitting next to me in the sink. Sitting next to the sink. Without a moment's hesitation, I slash at the monster's face. Good job! Nice going! Get him! Get him! Get him! It screams and staggers away from Saya. My attack must have blinded it because it flails its tentacles wildly as it tries to drive me away. My bloodlust still unsated, I calmly seize one of the appendages and plunge my weapon twice more into its quivering flesh. The blade enters its body with fascinating ease. Each strike sprays my face with its blood. As I carve the monster to pieces and savor its hideous screams, my mind is finally consumed by rage. No mercy. I'll see this monster suffer for what it's done to Saya. I give myself to the fury, howling at the top of my lungs as I slash and slash and slash and slash. Even after the flesh beast stops moving, I keep slashing until I realize that it can no longer feel pain. Cursing myself for killing it so quickly, I stab the cleaver into the floor, snapping it in half. When my thoughts finally begin to regain some cohesion, I find myself still digging the broken knife into the floor. The monster is gone, but pieces of it are scattered everywhere. I stop cutting into the tile, and in the sudden silence, I hear Saya's faint sobs coming from a corner of the kitchen.
Saya.
I pull the cowering Saya into my arms. She stiffens in fear at first, but as soon as she realizes that it's me, she clings to my body and cries. Midori! Midori! 怖かった！怖かったよ! I don't know what to say. I can only keep holding her. This should have never happened to Saya. Everything in this twisted world is to blame. Yes, including myself. I couldn't protect her. If I'd been here, then maybe I could have prevented this. She says again and again in a voice choked with tears. Not wanting to hear that from her, I pull her head into my chest.
サヤは何も悪くない。サヤのせいじゃない。
Saya! I try to reassure her, but she shakes her head vigorously in denial. But she did it to herself. Shut up! Never show yourself in my chat ever again if you're gonna say garbage like that. Don't spout crap like that from your mouth ever again. Uji, I'm looking at you. Don't you dare pin the blame on her, okay? She did? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Nobody! She didn't do anything wrong. She didn't do anything wrong. My baby didn't do anything wrong. My beloved didn't do anything wrong. My baby. I don't understand. What is she saying?
君がやったって何を
She just wanted somebody to hang out with her, like Minori. Saya's innocent. She'll always be innocent.
私この人の脳をいじったの。この人の頭の中をふみのりと同じ状態にして、ふみのりが感じるのと同じように世界が見えるようにしたの。
It takes me some time to understand the meaning of Saya's words.
それは一体どうやって。
私にはそういうことができるの。他の生き物の体を組み替えたり調整したり、私に
Oh my god,
備
my
わ
left
ってる
ear.
能力なの。
Oh, my left ear. It's like tickling from the music. So nice. Yeah, she was gonna fix you. It's not her fault, okay? Don't you dare say it's her fault ever again. Or I will personally come to your house and I will mess with your brain.
どこをどういじればいいのかはその生き物によってまちまちだから、ちゃんと勉強してからでないとダメだけど、ふみのりの脳に何があったのか私は下調べして分かってたから。だから同じことができるかどうか他の人で実験してみたの。
なんでそんなことを。
そうすればみんなふみのりみたいに私に優しくしてくれるようになるかと思って。
My heart aches at the loneliness in her voice as she confesses her sorrowful wish.
それなのにこの人は全然優しくなんかなかった。さやのことをいじめたいって壊したいって言ってあんな。
She starts crying into my chest again, unable to say anymore. I gently rub her back while trying to get my jumbled thoughts together. What is Saya? That she can do such a thing? The answer is beyond me. People die, Jelly? And? However, there is one thing that I can answer here and now. Saya is mistaken.
僕がサヤに優しいのは僕が事故に遭ったからだって、そう君は思ったんだね。違うよ、それはただの始まりでしかない。
I smile and shake my head.
そんな簡単なことじゃないんだよ。僕とサヤが出会って、それから二人で過ごした時間のその一日一日の積み重ねが今の僕らの関係を作ってるんだ。わかるかい？
ふみのり。
あの日から今日までサヤと一緒にいた僕だから、サヤに優しくして大切にしてあげたいって。そう思う僕になった。そう思われるサヤになったんだ。これって大変なことだろう。
分かってる。さっきやっと分かった。
Her shines through her tears.
さやには文則しかいないんだって。文則みたいな人はもう他に誰もいないんだって。
I'll never leave you, Saya! I'll never... Now more than ever before, I feel the depth of the bond between us. And I'm sure that Saya feels it too. I wrap my arms tightly around her and seal her lips with mine. Saya responds, winding her arms around my neck as our tongues desperately seek each other's warmth. At this moment, Saya is my whole world, and I am hers. That's what I said. The earth turns for us alone. That's what I said. Of course, I still haven't told her something very important. I don't know why I never said it before. Perhaps because it was always so obvious. However, I should put it into words at least once. This oath of mine.
さや、僕は君のことが。
待って。
She stops me with a finger against my lips.
その前に文則、一つだけ確かめさせて。あなたの望みを。
僕の望み。
Saya nods, staring into my eyes with unusual solemnity.
さっきも言ったけど、私には私にしかできない方法で生き物の体に干渉できる。人間の脳をいじる方法もこれでちゃんと確認が取れたわ。だから。
Saya pauses and takes a deep breath before continuing.
今ならあなたの頭を元の状態に戻すこともできるの。
なんだって。
Until now, that hasn't even been in the realm of possibility.
その人にやったのと逆のことを文則にしてあげればいいだけ。とっても簡単なことよ。
I replace Saya's words in my head to be sure of their meaning.
だから文則、教えて。あなたが昔の暮らしに戻りたいかどうか、あの事故で失ったものを取り戻したいのかどうか。
Okay, let's gauge our choices. So, Fuminori doesn't know that Saya isn't human because only we see the perspectives of all the characters in the game. But my heart, even in this fleshy world, I just want to live with Saya forever. He should have figured that by now. But he'll lose her! He'll lose her! He'll lose her! He'll lose her! I don't want him to lose her! Yeah. will do one today. Make an actual non-quick save? I can do a non-quick save? You guys lied to me! They don't overwrite! Oi! Look at my saves! They don't overwrite, okay? Fake tumors! I don't need it. On that terrible day, when I first opened my eyes after the accident, what would my answer have been? When I think back on this many years from now, will I wish that my answer today had been different? It doesn't matter. Here, at this moment, there's no doubt in my mind.
あの人は誰だったんだい？
隣の家に住んでたおじさん。名前は知らないけど。
鈴見さんか。
He was hardly a stranger. We've been neighbors for as long as I remember. I'd go so far as to say we were on good terms before the accident. Saya! Like you said, like the MC thought, my world is Saya. And Saya is my world. If I go back to normal, Saya would lose me. And I will lose Saya. And that's not true love. Because then I'd want everything else but her. I'll get used to the meat world. I'll just paint over the walls. And now I've killed him with my own 2 hands. I feel little. Mr. Suzumi, the kindly painter who lived next door, is but a distant memory. The pieces of meat around me belong to a creature whose mere existence was nauseating. Only by killing the vermin could I find relief. He complained about my yard being filthy. The swine. It doesn't matter what Saya did. He wasn't worth keeping alive anyway. These are my honest feelings. My hands are wet with another man's blood, and yet I am utterly calm. He said that my yard was messy! Now I know what I lost in the accident. Saya says that I can take it back, but I know that I cannot. It is gone forever, like the life of the man called Suzumi.
なあ、さや。僕の異常を治すことは医者には絶対できないことだ。Not my
yard! 海のり？
人間にできないことを簡単にできるっていう君は人間じゃないんだね。
He knows! Huh! He knows! Huh! He knows! Saya looks away, her expression unreadable. We live. Eh? We live. If happiness is an illusion that I can live in, then I will gladly remain in that illusion. Everything is monstrous and loathsome in my eyes. Everything but Saya. I thought that she was somehow unique. I was wrong. I see her just as I do everything else. As something other than what she really is. Why should that surprise me? Saya is part of my world, just as I am part of hers. It doesn't change what we are to each other. I stand and walk over to Suzumi's dismembered corpse.
昔読んだ漫画でさ、事故から生き返ったせいで世界が当たり前に見えなくなる男の話があった。今の僕みたいにね。
I finally realized that even though the stench of these monsters' flesh turns my stomach, their blood and guts smell pretty good. In fact, I know this fragrance quite well.
その男の目には人間が石くれに、 機械のロボットが美女に見えるんだ。
He saw people as rocks and robots as beautiful women.
だから男は人とは似ても似つかないロボットに恋をしてしまうんだ。
So he fell in love with something that wasn't remotely human. I retrieve the cleaver, pick up a piece of Suzumi's body, and start removing the skin and tendons. Just as I thought. The stuff underneath is exactly the same as what Saya and I have been eating.
なあ、これうまそうだし食べちゃおうか。
文則。
あ、ごめん。今はそんな気分になれないよね。
Isn't this true love? This is true
でも
love.
死んじゃえば肉は肉だし、捨てるのももったいないと思わないか。また冷蔵庫にしまっておこうよ。
あなたはいいの？
He knows. He knows. And he still chooses. That's true love.
いいよ。
It's love.
あと隣の家に奥さんと娘さんがいるはずなんだ。旦那がいなくなったら騒ぐかもしれないし、通報される前に飼っとこうと思うんだが。
Okay, that's kind of far.
そんな風であなたはいいの？
Okay, it is kind of far. I guess I still haven't convinced her of my sincerity.
さっきの漫画の話だとね、人でないものを愛した男は最後に自分が人間であることをやめて恋を成就させるんだ。ハッピーエンドだよ。だろ？
文則。
さやと一緒にいられるのなら僕はもう何もいらない。何もかもこのままでいい。
Tossing the knife and meat aside, I pull Saya into my arms once more. It was the right ending!
言ってもいいよね。さや、君のこと愛してる。
Saya wipes away the tears falling from her eyes. I can no longer see any hint of fear in her face.
あなたのこと後悔させたくないのに、なのに。
Saya! Saya, you don't have to! I have sworn my oath, and Saya has accepted it. We have nothing to fear now. Saya will never need to cry again.
でも嬉しい。私って身勝手だよね。
身勝手でいいよ。さやのわがままなら聞くよ。
Saya! Filled with contentment, we exchange a smile and set to the task of cleaning the room. A single person produces a lot more meat than I expected. Speaking of which, I seem to remember doing something similar before.
あとの2人だけど、多分おじさんが殺してる。悲鳴とか聞こえたし。
そうか。そりゃ好都合だ。
After we finish here, we should go gather the meat from Suzumi's house. That should be enough to hold us for a while. We can use the refrigerator to store what won't fit in ours. It's all coming together. Saya and I will be just fine.
この写真知ってる？
After we finish our labors and get into bed, I show Saya what I found in Ogai's house. Wait, does it still go on? I picked the right answer, so it should go on.
この1枚見覚えがあるよ。うん。
Killing a
確か
family
に
is
さや
fine.
の知ってる場所。
You only think that way because you're not Huminori. You only think that way because you're seeing the perspective of everybody else. You're reading the story. But if you were Fuminori, you are no longer human. and nothing around you is human. The only human is Saya. So, by my logic, you're only saying that because you don't understand the perspective. Sure, it's cannibalism if you think hard enough about it, but at the same time, what is he supposed to eat? Some crappy real world food? But he could get everything back and lose the love of his life? I don't think so. He knows that they were human. When you don't see them as human, but you know that they were human, doesn't make... What? What are you on about? Okay, look. When you see something in a different perspective than you did before, what is in the past doesn't matter more than what is in the present. Okay? Would you really like to put yourself in his shoes? If I could be with Saya! He knew in the present his friends looked the same. Look, I think sure. Maybe it's kind of messed up, but you know, I like Saya, so I want to stay with her. That's it. Please, Scopy. Eating it raw. Well, yes, because it doesn't look like that to him. All right? It doesn't look like that to him.
これは家だよね。それと木と山。
そう。
Isn't it
海
bad to
のり
like...
すごいね。写真も見られるようになった？
まあね。
Oh, maybe he'll get used to the meat vision. Even if it doesn't look like it, doesn't mean it's not it. When your 5 senses are completely replaced and turned 180 degrees, what is reality? What is reality to you? Reality is what you see, right? What you see, what you taste, what you touch, what you feel. So Fuminori's reality is completely different from yours. So don't try to defend him. I mean, don't try to attack what he's doing. Each of the 3 pictures show a similar scene. A lone house in the middle of a thick forest.
パパはね、別荘だって言ってた。ここにいれば誰にも見つからないって。
Your reality is what you experience. I think there's still a bit to go. Is there still a bit to go? How long do we have left in this section? Are we gonna go to the house? A while? Okay. Then we will stop it here. Oh, everyone. Okay, then we'll stop it here. What in the It doesn't overwrite, man. It stays as a new file. Okay, anyways. Press A1. So I'm clicking. Do I have to press number? What the? What is this? 01, 02, 03, 04. Oh. I mean, that's enough. Okay, that's enough. Okay. that should be it for today. We have stopped at rejecting the reality that we once lived in, and maintaining the reality we currently lived in. So we'll continue this next week. I think if you truly love somebody, well, I think their love kind of, well, my thoughts is that their love really transcends humanity. So I think it's okay. Thank you, horrifying yourselves, Rainfall. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Their love killed several people. Oh, you can go on and on and on about justice, about these people who don't even matter to you. Tell me, how many of the 8 billion people in this world do you care about? You care about every single 8 billion people? Anyways, I'm kind of messed up. Am I? I'm not that messed up. Oh yeah, I think the messed up part was killing cats. The family was innocent? Okay, no comment. Family didn't deserve it. There's a lot of people that don't deserve things, but they get them anyways. Are you gonna go save them? What do you mean I'm messed up? What do you mean I'm messed up? I love the family when I first saw them. Well, I guess it's, but the whole family died. Thank you for the 20 tip airline food. I reject my humanity. Jelly is. I'm not messed up. I'm not messed up. I'm not messed up. I just like Saya a lot and stuff, you know? I don't really care about these things. I guess you could say that I can't really. I don't know. I feel like I find it kind of difficult to empathize when there's not somebody close to me. Like, it's kind of messed up, but I'm kind of like, nah. True love is scary. Sometimes you gotta cope for true love. Anyways, I only do one ending for this game. So, if you want to do the other endings yourself, you can go and do them. I empathize with Saya, because she's a cute girl who loves me and does a lot of things for me. I only care about the world that revolves around me. Well, I guess this game really says a lot about what you think about your morals. Saya, I'm not ready. You guys know this. I played that train game. And you know that I'm not ready to kill my true love to save, like, what, 7 random people? So I don't really, I don't know. What matters is that Saya matters to me. Nothing else really matters, I guess, because they're not human anymore. But I will kill ALiAS because you matter to me. We have a direct connection, don't we? So that's it. Trolley problem. Saya on one track or 30% of the population of the planet. I think when it comes to a decision like that, I would ask the person whether they would want to live, and I would respect that person's choices, because if they could feel guilty for living in place of 30% of the people on the planet. But if they want to live, then I can let them live. Saya, no hesitation. I don't have a cat. It's okay. If you had no time to ask, I mean, if Saya was real, I really don't know her well enough, because she might end up loathing me if I were to kill so many people. You know? Thank you, Dylan. Thank you. Welcome. of global warming? Oh my goodness. No, I think we're already at the state of, like... I think we're already capped out our population. I think it's gonna, like... You know, it climbs, right? And then, like, sometimes it like, flats out. And stuff. Like, logarithmic graph or whatever. If you put me... Okay, but I'll tell you right now, so whenever... Or if you ever get the chance to do the trolley problem, where it's either me or 30% of the people on this planet, I would like you to choose to save the 30% of the people on this planet, because I don't think I can make up for the workforce of the 30%. Right? Because if we lose 30%, the economy might go into shambles. There might be a bunch of wars going on. There might be a bunch of worker shortage. So I think one person's fine. Yeah, the economy. You're choosing me? I mean, I don't mind, but then somebody's gotta save the economy. They're all probably unemployed. Jesus, man. Good lord, go pray or something. 30% less people? I mean, I guess. You know, it's not 30%. It's not an exact 30%, right? Because the pain it causes is gonna drive some people to go insane. It's probably gonna be like 31 or 2% or 35%. Because there's a good chance that people that were close to the people that got Thanos snapped would, like, die of sadness. Or something like that. Priorities, people? Well, I wouldn't think of it as like a mass murder. I'm thinking of it like a Thanos snap. Yeah, because people have emotions, right? Humans have emotions. Okay, why are we talking about the trolley problem? I think 1 to... What's 30%? 30% of population. 30% of 8 billion. That is how many zeros? Oh my god! 2.4 billion of people. No, please just kill me. I couldn't. I think that would ruin the economy. I think that would ruin the world too much. The world would be in shambles. There's too many zeros! Why didn't they just... There's too many zeros. What if you had to do them individually? What? I'm not doing... It would take me more than a couple 1,000 years to do each person individually. It would take me... If I did 3 a day, it would take me like... a number too big that I cannot fathom. You guys call me insane, and you would rather save me over 2.4 people. And you guys call me insane. You're insane. What if you automate? Okay. And that will wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. And I'll continue this next week. Okay? Oh yeah, please don't wipe out 30% of my viewers. I'll cry. Don't do that. Okay, wait. What about this question? Last question. I'll ask you the questions, alright? What if you could have three entirely new clones of me, but the original clone of me with memories of the past month will be erased. So basically, the me right now will die, and you'll get 3 me's from 3 months ago. From 1 month ago. You take the 3 clones. Wow. That... Yeah. The original clone. I never really understood what an original clone is, because a clone basically means that it's the same thing. Right, those of you who are saying keep the real deal, is it because of the memories or because of what is quote-unquote original? Because when you clone somebody, it doesn't mean that they're not original because they're exactly the same. That's the point of a clone. Who gets a dead body? No, I just get snapped into dust. Nothing. Gone. If the original dies, but it's just the same me. It's just like 1 month ago. Deal breaker, will they all overlap their streams? Okay, Jelly 1 will stream 2 hours before my normal start time. Jelly 2 will stream at the current time slot, and Jelly 3 will stream 3 hours after the current time. Actually, no. 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours. So you get 9 hours of consecutive Jelly streams. Would you do it? Would you take the clones? Deal? but imagine the vibes! Jelly 2 sucks! Why does Jelly 2 suck? Was it a 5-5-5? Is there such thing as too much me? What if there were like 7 me's and I just streamed 24 hours? But each of them has like a different memory. Okay, that's really messed up. Alright, anyways. But the original will still be gone. A copy is not an original. I'll Control-C your entire document. I'll delete it. And then paste it. And then name that the original. Bam! That's the original now. Anyways, thanks for coming, guys! Bye-bye-bye! Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye! Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye! Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Euro! Jelly 2 hits for clones. I don't think we get along. Oh my god, imagine splitting the same audience 7 times. I would be so sad. Anyways, thanks for always coming to my streams. I know sometimes the time slot can be a bit ridiculous and hard, but I appreciate it. So thank you, and and I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow for some factory for Tuesday, right? Wait, was it puzzling for Tuesday? Yeah, the puzzling for Tuesday. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye bye. I'm not Jelly 2. Oh my god. I'm not. What if I just streamed? If this was a clone of me who just played Saya, you wouldn't know, right? Tomorrow might be a different me. And you wouldn't know. Oh my god, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know if I just noted down my memories of every stream on a notepad and just sent it to the next Jelly. And you wouldn't know. Bye bye. Good.